I don't think that's what Whitley... Do you understand what I'm saying so far?
You realize how many calories are in that? Let me save you from the ravages of obesity, heart disease, and lumping snarf.
Hey, kid.
From Hollywood, the all-new TV censored Bloopers #3, hosted by Dick Clark, with guest stars Tony Randall and Lynn Redgrave, with special appearances by Dr. Joyce Brothers, Chad Everett, Rose Marie, and featuring the unplanned censored flubs and bloopers of Maury Amsterdam, Eve Arden, V. Arthur, Conrad Bain, Bill Bixby, Todd Bridges, Carol Burnett, Archie Campbell, Dick Cavett, Gary Coleman, Tim Conway, Betty Davis, Doris Day, Richard Deacon, Eric Estrada, Mean Joe Green, Mariette Hartley, Arthur Hill, Graham Kerr, Kalina Kiff, Ted Knight, Harvey Korman, Vicki Lawrence, Ed McMahon, Leslie Nielsen, Itzhak Perlman, Charlotte Ray, Don Rickles, Mr. Rogers, Richard Simmons, Gordy Tapp, Daniel J. Travanti, Dick Van Dyke, Bruce Weitz, Cindy Williams, and many more of your favorite stars. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of TV Censored Bloopers, Dick Clark.
Welcome once again to another all-new edition of TV Censored Bloopers. Before we get started, I got to tell you, your response to Bloopers 1 and 2 has been terrific. I'm very happy to say that the bloopers just keep on coming in. Stars find them hidden away in their garages. Producers literally stop me on the street and say, hey, I got one for you there, by golly. And they're coming in from all over the world. The amazing thing is that these were things that were supposed to be destroyed. But luckily, for some wonderful unknown reason, they were all preserved for us to share here tonight. It's a perfect example coming up. A mild-mannered man and a persistent pachyderm.
Our biggest guest, it's Judy, a very special elephant. The smallest of our guests will be a tiny South American cat. There goes my ladder. A cat in need of a name. Also with me tonight is Granada's original animal expert, Desmond Morris, who'll be talking about the early days of Granada and that very popular animal program, Zoo Time. That was the music from it, Peter and the Wolf, at the beginning of the program. Hello, there goes my notes. The program tonight is something of a triple celebration, a quadruple celebration, because we're celebrating our 25th birthday.
That is a scene I bet the elephant would like to forget, not to mention the poor guy. A lot of people tell me that the animal bloopers are their favorite. Well, hang in there. We've got a lot more coming on. As a matter of fact, I guess everybody has their favorites, and to keep track of them, we've given the bloopers special names. For instance, this is a fluff.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad.
Oh, hi there, kids.
Still reading that government book?
Yeah. This is the kind of book that once you pick it up, you can't wait to put it up.
This is a goof.
I don't think any court could have found some 3-year-old child guilty of being 12, whatever the hell.
Well, there's a slip. That could have two meanings, a slip of the tongue or a slip of the foot.
You could also drill holes through the side of the door. Put a nail through. That'll keep the door from being opened. Also, you can put a door on the floor near the door. Floor door, horror door, more door.
You know, Hollywood writers slave long, hard hours over their typewriters creating wonderful dialogue. Well, here's some dialogue that was definitely not written by any writer. These are called ad-libs.
But before I go, one last kiss.
Sure, Stella.
Not you, him.
I don't think she's gone yet.
that terrible? Just a minute ago, she was with us singing and laughing. She's still laughing. But now she's gone.
Let me see your other one. When it crashed through the door, your left arm got... It's half healed.
I know. It's one of the characteristics of a metamorphosis, of my metamorphoses. I've seen other metamorphoses. So as I turned into a banana once.
It's like a fairy tale, isn't it?
You're watching a very young Betty Davis.
Here's to the very halls of Montezuma. Of course, I can't move my head because if I do, my entire damn wig will come off.
Here's a dramatic scene from The Incredible Hulk about the very serious subject of wife-beating. But the interesting thing is, Bill Bixby got his words mixed up and never even knew he did it.
Stop it. Jack is a good man.
He's also an egg beater, and that makes him very dangerous.
Everybody freeze! Nobody gets hurt.
I don't think I'm doing this right.
Now, in this Ed McMahon commercial, he's reading from cue cards. Now, keep your eye on the girl in the background who's reading them right along with Ed.
Hollywood Federal has joined with Super X drugstores to provide you with a new service. You can now get money for Super X purchases or for any other reason. You can also make deposits and guarantee your personal checks. Imagine 5.25% interest on your balance with your funds available 7 days a week. And it's free. Hollywood Federal and Super X, making the things you need easier to get.
Carol Burnett, Harvey Korman. It's the first time she's ever seen him dressed up like this. So she ad-libs a door slam. Watch Harvey's ad-lib. Now, in this dramatic scene, here's the wonderful actress and comedian Toadie Fields. She's supposed to have fainted.
Oh, I'm sorry. My fly is opening even as I speak.
Well, as you can plainly see, an ad-lib usually breaks everybody up, which brings us to our next category, breakups. Let's start with an example where just saying the wrong words can cause the giggles.
Arnold has never stolen anything before in his life.
That's right, Your Honor.
Yeah, he's an honest little kid.
Who are all of you?
I'm his father.
I'm his son.
Frank! They asked me 2 questions. Was I Ramon Castañeda? To which I answered no. 2, did I know a Ramon Castañeda? Stop laughing. I said no. Give me 5, man.
I'm sorry.
I broke myself up.
The world over and I thought I found true love. You made it out.
Hey, Rob, hold it. What?
Medical center, hospital drama, serious television. We have evidence that even they had their share of giggles on the set. We asked the show's star, Chad Everett, what was the cause of all the mad frivolity?
The common denominator of our crew, of our company, was a sense of humor. But even energetic people that are not lethargic, that really like what they do, get tired around 4:30 on Friday, and that's when most of these happen. You making coffee?
Are you really gonna let that tired old man operate on
I'll
it?
be assisting. If anything goes wrong, I'll be there.
But he'll be running the show.
You're overlooking one irrefutable fact, Frank. I used to swear pretty good, and then with 2 daughters, I decided that I had to kind of get out of that, and a lot of times we'd have kids on the set, and so I would slip now and then and go into a four-letter variety, but double talk was kind of Loving Snarf and Cretus Fort and Farmf and...
I didn't even have that spineless, good-for-nothing, drunken bum of a husband to help me. May he rest in peace.
But you must do this Loving Snarf and Farmf, or your Cretus Fort, and I jumped your cue, didn't I? You just won't believe that she can be cured. The catheterization showed the possibilities that surgical Frigus Fort couldn't Loving Snarf.
I think we were always looking for a laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself, then you'd be in heavy trouble dealing with life and death situations in a drama.
The biopsy was positive. I talked with gynecology and...
I'm gonna win this time, Joe, I'm gonna win.
Well, she and her husband were missionaries in some remote part of Africa. They were captured by some hostile tribe, but managed to escape. The husband was recaptured, and she says she walked halfway across the continent trying to find civilization.
Sounds like a bad Marcus Welby. I hate to bring this up, but it's time for your EKG. Of course, my dear. There will be.
I'll let him to you later.
Some Indians kidnapped the assistant secretary. Some Indians in Washington, isn't it? Listen to this. Some Indians in Washington kidnapped the assistant secretary of Interior, and kidnapped the assistant secretary of Interior.
I like blue.
Bright red.
Flash, Harry. Red's crummy.
You don't like it? Don't ride in it.
I won't.
The dancer, by the way, is Eric Estrada.
There's a horrendous amount of work to do on any dramatic situation, and you're going to have, spoonerisms and things like that. I think they're amusing, and I think maybe it just humanizes the actor a little bit to the public. I think it's a good thing.
Thank you, Doug. We'll be back with Tony Randall, Lynn Redgrave, and a dog who pads his parts.
New Clairol wavelengths. Electrically heated flexible stylers. For fast body waves or curls, tune into wavelengths from Clairol.
The best things in life cost a little more, but they're worth it. Like Panache by Lothric. Panache is a fragrance with flair, charm, and lots of style. Panache is classical, and when you wear it, everybody notices. Panache by Lothric, one of the good things in life.
From Jikajikari to Mona's Isle, native girls all dance and smile. With British wine and lots of cream, Calypso tasting island dream. Drinking rum and banana, go down Point Kumana, lays by the bright water, waiting for the Yankee dollar.
Calypso. Never has the banana been so exotically drunk.
If you suffer from aches and pains, try the new Clairol Heat Wrap. It combines heat with massage to give deep, penetrating relief right where you need it. The Heat Wrap with massage from Clairol.
I ain't missing you at all, missing you. Since you've been gone, missing you away.
I've got a gum, it's Wrigley Spearmint gum. For me, it's the Jew, it's my number one. It's so minty cool, minty through and through it. It tastes so great, you just love to chew it. Wrigley Spearmint gum. Cool, fresh taste, share it with someone. It's so minty cool, minty through and through it. Tastes so great, you just love to chew it. Tastes so great, you just love to chew it.
After a hard day on your feet, step into a Clairol foot spa, a reviving bath that actually massages your feet in warm water, soothing away the tiredness, bringing your feet back to life. Foot spa from Clairol puts new life into tired feet.
You know, Tony Randall has the reputation of being one of our industry's finest actors, but he also has the reputation of hating cigarette smoke. When Tony's working, no one is allowed to smoke on the set unless the script calls for it. Now, in this particular scene, the smoker is not the problem.
I'm glad you opened the door. It's not the smoke. The dog breaks wind. You feed him cabbage?
Ladies and gentlemen, no smoking, please, no dogs, either. The star of the new hit series, Love, Sydney, Mr. Tony Randall. Tony, you do television, theater, movies. There's a classic scene in a diner I saw. Was it Pillow Talk?
Pillow Talk, yes.
Could you fill us in on that?
Well, I had never been in a screen fight, and there's a technique.
It's all choreographed.
It's all choreographed, and you have to know how to snap your head back as the punch comes. This fellow's name was Johnny Indrisano. He was well known. He tapped me on the shoulder. I was supposed to look, and he was supposed to hit me. And I anticipated it every time and flinched. And he took me aside. He said, now, you have nothing to worry about. He said, first place, I had 200 professional fights. He said, I know what I'm doing, and I've been in movies for 20 years. He said, staging fights and doing them myself. He said, now, I'm going to miss you by that much. Just don't move. That's all you have to do. Now, let me show you what I'm going to do. Just stand still. I'm going to show you how I'm going to miss you. And he hit me in the face. I felt my entire face moving around to a professional prize fighter.
You're in a new hit series, Love, Sydney, now.
Yes.
Oh, I've forgotten the name of the little girl in Love, Sydney.
Kalina Kiff.
Is she easy to work with? Do you do well?
Yes. She's, of course, she's only a child. She's 7 years old. She's remarkable. She's perhaps the most brilliant human being I've ever been around. But we play a little game in front of the audience. I always threaten her if she misbehaves. I say, I'm going to break your fingers. Say that in front of the audience. They love that.
Well, can we show this?
Yeah.
I have a new friend. His name is Mr. Isaac. And he plays the violin. Can I learn how to play? Please, can I?
Let's go back, please. Now do it right this time or I'll break your little fingers.
Ow! She's out! No, don't. I'll be good. Ow, please. Please, don't. Don't. Ouch! Ow! Cut it out!
Mikey Gilman was teasing me again, so I poured glue on his lunch.
Oh, honey, you shouldn't have done that. He could have gotten sick.
No, he couldn't. It still stuck to his lips.
How did he look? You tried to say anything? Did you understand him? How did he go again?
And when I get famous, I want Mr. Isaac to come.
Rumor has it that you made your very first mistake ever during a recent taping. Is that true?
No.
You never?
No, I've never. I'm the only actor I can say this of. In my entire life, I have never blown a line.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Randall, never making a mistake.
Now, come on. You said you wanted to reach out, grow a little, expand your horizons.
I didn't know what I was going. I did it.
First time in my life, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing it first.
Hello, I'm Sidney Shore.
You're not what I was expecting. I don't mean to offend you.
You didn't, and I hope you're not this little.
First time in my life, folks.
Wasn't one of your guests on Love, Sidney, the famed violinist Itzhak Perlman?
I'm terribly proud of that, yes. Aside from all the humor, we got some Bach and some Mendelssohn in.
Well, I know this is near and dear to your heart, but say no more. Let's take a look here.
Mr. Perlman, you're the one who said she was a genius, so I think you should be the one to take the responsibility that she sticks with it.
Well, I didn't say that she was a genius. I said that she was doing fine. Mr. Shore, I have something stuck in my throat.
Open wide. It's a piece of rosin,
Somebody told me once that during one of your tapings, you got a laugh that was so big it ruined the scene?
Yes, that happens a lot. Sometimes they are too big, and sometimes they're not big enough, and sometimes you have to do a scene over and over again if someone makes a goof or for any reason.
But this is one where the laugh was so big?
Well, I tell them to laugh again sometimes. I kid around with them.
Look at the scene here.
Well, you see, my lover never gave up looking for me.
Why would she?
Okay, Marty. Now what are we going to do?
All you had to do was ring the buzzer.
We did.
Oh, I couldn't hear
The lamp was so big.
It's one of...
challenge them.
No, it's one of those devastatingly funny lines.
Well, now we won't devastate quite.
No, a real artist can get the size laugh he wants by his delivery. Now, you'll see how it'll be... No, it's my fault. I just made it too funny that time. This time I'm going to make it medium funny. And it'll get a medium-sized laugh, and then I'll hear it. You'll see. Yeah. All right.
Well, you see, my lover never gave up looking for me.
Why would she?
Thank you so very, very much. Much good luck with Love, Sidney. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Randall. Thank you so very much. Bon voyage. Tony Randall, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever reached for a glass on the shelf and it slips out of your hand, crashes to the floor? You've gone to grab a bag of groceries and the bottom drops out of the bag, or maybe you squeezed the toothpaste and brushed your teeth with shaving cream instead. It can be tough because we all make bloopers with the props of everyday living, but they don't compare to what can happen when the cameras are rolling and the props have a mind of their own.
I'll be back in a minute. One day, when Billy and the animals were sitting on top of the hill, Woodley said...
Bill Bixby in this scene battling the forest fire and his hat. Here's a religious show in progress. Nothing but nothing is going to interrupt the pastor's sermon.
Carelessness. Feeding on the opinions of others.
No, I can't do that, Jim. Not when it's as bad as this. Besides, I want to know who our friends really are and what their game is. Sit tight, I'll be back.
No, I'm sure you remember the cooking show, The Galloping Gourmet with Graham Kerr. Let me set the scene for you. He's doing the show. He's obviously checked the time. He's running very long. There's very little time left, and he's making one of those fancy desserts, you know, Cherry's Jubilee or something like that. It's very easy. All you have to do is take the ice cream out of the mold, pour the cherries on, and it's as easy as whatever, right? Wrong.
Yeah, it's best to cut it round at the top first, but you see, I want to show you everything. Oh, well, I'm nearly there already, aren't I? Right, so that's beautiful. Now, what do? You just get, whilst that's just melting out there, oh my Lord, this that you flame this in kirsch. Go, baby. Right, so that's flaming in kirsch. That's good. Now, have you come up? Now, something's got to happen soon. I'm going to design one of these with a vacuum plug at the top. Me cherries are burning. Put that back in there again. It's all right, we'll get there. How would you like to go in there and help them? Is that all right? It's okay. Here we go. Stop waving your fingers at me like that. Do you think that I don't know that I've run out of time? Here we go. I'm not going to be beaten. I'm not going to be beaten. I refuse, point blank. You don't really want to know what I think of this, do you? I'm going to get it out if it kills me. Come on. Come on now, come on. This time, come, please. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it upside down. I'll see you through it. It's beaten me. I can't do it. I'll see you through there in a minute.
To this day, he is still trying to get that ice cream out of the mold. Now, there was a popular song a few years back, Try to Remember, da-da-da-da-da-da. You remember that thing, Try to Remember? That should be the title song for what we're about to see. Performers desperately trying to remember their own names.
Every time we rehearse the scene, she pulled that same trick. Now, you know an actress with any sensitivity would
Olive!
Sally, darling! What are you... Sally, this is Stanley Blake. Sally, Sally. Oh, yeah.
So anyway, this is Ted Baxter, if you will.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Behind these curtains, there lies a voluptuous lady. She's a playwright, and she's come in for a wee bit of stick just recently. Curtains for Biggles, please. Her name escapes me for the moment.
Forgetting a name, I guess it can happen to anybody. We got a little curious, though. We want to know why. So we asked an expert, well-known psychologist, Dr. Joyce Brothers.
We very rarely forget our own name. When we do, it's because we're in a state of anxiety. Sometimes the anxiety is so great that everything blocks out. The last thing to go is our own name. Sometimes we forget another person's name, and it's either because we are in a very anxious situation, or because that name reminds us of something painful in the past. Now, our brain very often defends us against our embarrassment.
That's the words of an expert. We turned the tables on Dr. Joyce, and we found out that she was a guest on Happy Days. So we did a little research, and the rest is history.
Recent research has shown that very often pets are treated as actual members of the family. For this reason, when the pet is given this added responsibility, he begins to assimilate various and sundry homosexual... Oh.
Coming up next, Lynn Redgrave and some wonderful news bloopers.
Oh, all right, I give up. What were the names of Cinderella's ugly sisters?
Drusilla and Anastasia.
Well, who knows that?
Next, what's glass outside but smooth and warm inside?
Cinderella's slipper.
No, a bottle of QC.
Of course.
Perhaps I should have said smooth, warm and mellow.
You certainly should.
Now, who built the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Probably the bloke who built my house.
Oh.
Relax with QC British Sherry.
3 across.
Right.
Sounds like beetle.
5 letters. Hello, darling.
Jingo. Lingo. Bingo. Hello. This is not a normal pickle. Heinz Plowman's pickle. It's tangy. Chunky. Why don't we always have this?
We do. You live next door, Mr. Johnson.
Get into a real pickle. Taste Heinz Plowman's pickle.
For the best from a store at low prices galore, just look and we'll show you the reasons.
Fresh English leg of pork, 99 pence a pound. £10 bag of best British potatoes, 79 pence. Washington State red delicious apples, 39 pence a pound.
You won't find a big tag on your shopping bag. More reasons to shop at Morrison's.
Paco Rabanne for men. Romantic. Exciting. Original. Timeless. Unforgettable. Paco Rabanne. What is remembered is up to you.
If your family's a little on the large side, don't worry. So's the new 9-roll pack of Andrex. When we started renting televisions nearly 30 years ago, everyone thought they were magic. When we introduced color, everyone was wide-eyed. And we soon became one of the biggest names in TV rental. Granada. Today, we're expert at bringing the latest technology into your home, whether you rent or buy. We have FST screens with stereo sound, videos with digital picture-in-picture, and LCD remote control, all delivered with that personal touch. Just walk into any of our 600 shops, and you'll see why Granada is the one to watch.
You know, ever since I saw her in Georgia Girl, I've been one of Lynn Redgrave's biggest fans. She's got a new series here on NBC. It's called Teachers Only, and she's here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a great lady, Miss Lynn Redgrave. Nice to see you. You're looking very pretty. And I heard about your recent honor. I don't know, did you folks read that she was named, what was it?
Yes, I was on Blackwell's 10 worst dressed list. The 10 women worst dressed. Barbara Mandrell was #1. Elizabeth Taylor was #4. So I was in very nice company there.
Have you ever met this man?
I hadn't. In fact, he said he had seen me wearing a pair of knickers at the academy giving a lecture, and he said, in knickers, my knees look like knockers. And I said, well, that's why I wear knickers, to hide the knockers. You know, what did he know? Anyway, I was at NBC when Regis Philbin had him as a guest giving out his list. And on I came, and very upset, Mr. Blackwell looked indeed, and I told him what I thought of him. So he designed a dress for me and invited me back on Regis Philbin's show, and I went back.
See, I don't feel like me in this. I feel sort of like a bit like a duchess.
No, thank you.
Now, we know you hated me in what I was in before. But now we just want to know, why do you see this as me?
Well, because I think there's a more opulent you than you're permitting yourself to be.
Opulent me?
Yeah, but I don't think you have to talk like the crotch is too tight in the
Well, there is no
pants.
crotch, no.
There is too.
There isn't.
Those are palazzos. They better be.
Well, and I've got both legs in one thing.
Oh,
You're kidding me? I don't believe it.
That's the reason.
Great scene. We're talking about making mistakes. You know,
Yes.
Some people get a fit of the giggles, some go What do you do?
Well, I usually keep talking. I think it's my theatre background. In fact, there's something that comes to mind in shooting Teachers Only, which we do in front of an audience. And I have this inhibition, because of my theatre background, about stopping. I hate to stop in front of an audience. It doesn't feel right. And we had a scene where the assistant principal, played by Norman Barthold, came in and said something to me. And I had a longish speech where I had to really go at him. And I messed up, and because I have this posh English accent, people get very surprised when a 4-letter word comes out. It just sounds rather peculiar, and it brought the place down.
Leaving, Swanson? And where are we going?
We are not going anywhere, Mr. Brodie. I am going home. I have papers to correct, book reports to correct, and I've now. Excuse me.
The thing I love about English, you have a great sense of humor. Nothing ever stops you. You always remain cool in all situations.
Yes,
True?
absolutely true. There are a few examples that I think you have handy. Here's a situation where a scene goes totally up in smoke, but the British stay forever cool.
People either build engines or build railways, and we decided to build the railway.
Can you tell me why you're so fascinated by model railways?
Well, it's my living, railways, and naturally enough, I've always been fascinated in model railways, and now that steam's died, I want a special steam railway.
I can't see it.
And never do they stop. Never. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Lynn Redgrave. Thank you so very, very much. Lynn Redgrave, ladies and gentlemen. You know, actors study poise, diction, body movement. They are a well-oiled machine, always in command, most of the time. These folks are in great jeopardy. They run to make the truck and safety. Got it. Oops. Watch this news cameraman. He's trying very hard to get the story. Unfortunately, he didn't get hurt. Now, here's a scene from a 1914 Cecil B. DeMille movie. Now, Winifred, whatever you do not sit on the bridge. Don't say I didn't warn you. Now, we interrupt the program in progress to bring you the news. Now, wait a minute. This is the program in progress. The news is, well, even the news is human.
This is the news for Sunday with Jim Redmond, Bert Goudelet, Ed Green, and somebody else.
This is one of the last sections of fire line to be tied in. Shall we wait till the moth goes away?
Is this a plane that can run well on one engine?
It runs best on one engine. That's all it has.
That's all it has.
It's time now for the weather, and here are some highly trained meteorologists who prove one thing we all know. The weather is very unpredictable.
In the 80s and 90s over a good part of the country, it isn't that good news. And even in the 70s and 60s across elsewhere. And we're going to get you a picture of the national weather scene in just a moment. Here it comes. It looks as... No, this is my first day. I suppose I'm lucky I'm still alive. But we made it through the broadcast, I think. The weather's going to be nice. And Dave, help. The West Coast view today shows some clouds increasing over Texas. They've had some sunshine this afternoon. After the housing is incredible around the country, even out in Texas. You won't believe, houses expensive everywhere. Cloudiness out over the west shows a big mass of clouds moving into the northwest and over the state of Washington. We're expecting some rain. It could be some heavy rain, too. Down in Hawaii, skies are clear. Forecast weather map for tomorrow. Well, this is what it looked. Well, we're going to go back to the West Coast for just a second. No, there. We're back to the forecast map.
So call it cloudy through the Great Lakes area today, but temperatures not bad at all, just about seasonal normals. Also very dark. Let's take a look at predicted high temperatures around the nation for the day, and you'll be able to see that things are going to be rather, we'll look at that map anyway. Go ahead.
These gales ought to disappear by then, and the winds along the east coast become somewhat lighter. Let's have a look at the local chart. It's good here, isn't it?
We're looking for increasing cloudiness tonight, but it should be coming Sunday by Monday afternoon.
Now here's a live on-the-air telecast. Unfortunately, the TV station manager who was giving the tour of the studio didn't know it was on the air.
Well, President Reagan didn't have much to say today about the Middle East situation, but he will next week. That's when Reagan has scheduled a press conference, the third during his presidency, that is.
I think it was Dr. Doolittle who said it's fun to talk to the animals. Well, it's also fun to watch them, and what you're about to see is an acting dog. Now, this dog is a professional. His job is to rush into the scene and take charge. And now here's a canine star who falls in love with his leading lady.
Yes, Mr. Rogers?
Would you come over here? No, he just wants to hug your leg.
Well, but I don't want him to, Mr. Rogers. I think I hear Mrs. Willie coming.
Oh, do you?
I'm Harold, the health ranger, and we're here in this park today. Hold it, Yogurt. We're here in this park today to see what people...
That's really Richard Simmons, the weight control expert who's in control of everything except this horse.
Why? Hold! Hi, I'm Harold. Hold! Hi. Having trouble here today with Yogurt. We're here in that park. Wait, I gotta go now.
Now, here's a horse of a different color, but I'm afraid the same disposition.
Wait a minute. Stop. Whoa. Whoa. Hi, I'm Lori Cap, and wait a minute. Turn around, Duchess. This way. Duchess. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Horse. A little bit farther. You have to go to the camera, Duchess. Wait a minute. Okay, ho. Ho. Hi, I'm Lori Cap. You'd never know it's the first time I've been on a horse, would you? Good evening. I'll see you tomorrow night. Come on, Duchess. I'm getting really good at this.
I'm getting good at it. You know, I'm sure you'll agree with me that one of the greatest comedy series ever was the Dick Van Dyke Show, with a cast of comedy talent. Oh, you had Dick and Carl Reiner and Maury Amsterdam, Richard Deacon, Mary Tyler Moore, Rose Marie. Now, that show was done in front of a live audience. We asked the lady who was there, Rose Marie, if she ever made a mistake during the filming.
I pride myself on not making a mistake because I like to be a professional, whatever you want to call it. But I figure if you're going to make a mistake, make a big one.
Well, it's like my Aunt Agnes always said, it's better to lose your love at first sight than to lose your date on a blind glass.
We did a show every Wednesday night, like a play. And so if we did miss anything or if anything went wrong, we couldn't let loose like we normally would, and we would have to cover up because of the audience.
Nah, she's prop.
Maury's breakups were very funny because Maury always has an excuse for every time he makes a breakup.
You know what's ruining me, these damn glasses. I never wore them.
Mel, look, why couldn't I take the afternoon plane?
Well, she goes on the air at 1 o'clock, and if her agent is as good as she says, if her...
Mel, why couldn't I take the afternoon plane?
Well, she goes on the air at 1 o'clock.
Richard Deacon would just get very annoyed with himself and just plow right through it.
Care to try it once more?
Mel, why couldn't I take the afternoon plane?
She goes on the air tomorrow, and Alan will be very upset.
I never saw a guy so crazy about the same line. Hey, man, you can't run all over New York with your pants off.
Mel, give me your pants.
Oh, I really need my pants today. I've got a date with a sponsor.
Please.
Oh, my pants will never fit you for heaven's sake.
Well, I don't care what I look like.
Dick never realized how funny he was. Dick used to say, was that funny or is that funny? And we would say, it's hilarious.
Wait. Isn't anybody going to ask me to turn around?
Rosemary was also one of the stars of another series, The Doris Day Show, and we asked her how it was working with Doris Day.
Oh, Doris was absolutely marvelous. Doris is marvelous. She has a great sense of humor, and she really knows what she's doing at all times.
Why can't we keep our big mouths shut? And that's wrong.
Mrs. Mrs. McDoodle.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harvey, isn't that wonderful? You can do your what is it that you
Dear Billy DeWolf, another dear person who has passed on, we were doing a show, and there was a scene where he came in and he was giving her trouble about something, and she sits in the back of her desk, and as she sat down in her desk, her blouse flew open.
First, you have to give me a check for sport.
I think they enjoy it when they see you make a mistake, and they say, by golly, she's just as dumb as I am.
You realize that the average actor in a television series has to memorize between 40 and 80 pages of dialogue a week, and remember, he's got to remember to forget last week's lines. Now, with all of that remembering and forgetting to do, is it any wonder that the words sometimes get into a traffic jam on the way out of the mouth?
This is it. All right, first of all, John, now, we have to stay on this side of the yellow line and get the creature on the other side somehow. All right, you press the standby bar and the automatic air shield. Go, come, go.
Hey, go comes. On my next program, we managed to snare Arthur Mitchell. He's got this place he calls the Dance Theater of Harlem, and he's going to give me speech lessons. Next version, I'll get it right. On my next program, the legendary Archer...
Talk to you and expose part of his body and show that you'll love it. Join us.
Well, goodbye and good riddance. Goodbye and good riddance? Man, I hope I can be that cool when what?
If you're having a problem with Mr. Gideon, go and talk to him about it.
What's the point? He doesn't listen to me anyway.
Then write that new story he asked for. Let that do the talking for you.
You see, Vivian, under certain circumstances, a young man falls for the sensual maturity of a ravishing older woman.
You want to take that once more?
Yes!
Lady Lane said she'd rather watch today. You know, some people peel like Lady Lane.
Now, we opened our show tonight with a thing involving an elephant, and I guess it's only fitting that we close with a scene involving an elephant.
I assume that somewhere in your life you have seen some silly elephants, but what the hell makes you think I have?
Or I guess it's not elephants, huh?
No.
Just I was at this freak show one time, and I saw these Siamese elephants.
You're looking, of course, at the Carol Burnett Show. Now, this is the third take of this scene. Tim Conway is ad-libbing a different version of the story. Carol and Vicki Lawrence and Dick Van Dyke are trying desperately to stay in character, but they don't have any idea what Tim is going to say next, and I don't think he does either. Now, watch while three very professional comedy stars are totally destroyed.
They was joined at the end. They was joined at the end of their trunks like that. And this trainer would make them stand up on their back feet like that, and they had their trunks stretched like that. Then this little monkey would come out. Out there and dance a merengue right out there. I kind of felt sorry for them. They couldn't go like the other elephants when they go. All they could do is just blow and go. Norkin. One that sneezes, the other's eyes get real big.
on, Mama. Sure that little through?
Folks, I hate to tell you, we've just about run out of time, but as long as there is a stage, a camera, a script, and an actor, I doubt if we'll ever run out of bloopers. They say there are no heroes anymore. You know something that's not true? We have heroes because ever since Kermit Schaefer collected the very first blooper, the heroes have been the people in our industry who allow us to laugh along with their mistakes. To those heroes, we're very grateful. Thank you. For tonight, Dick Clark. Good night. Get you for that.
Tonight, see the best acts and the biggest laughs from the Palladium.
Just enjoy yourself. We won't laugh, I promise you that.
Jimmy Tarbuck plays host to some of the funniest moments from London's premier stage.
About the Irish dog, he tried to make love to a cabbage. Thought it were a collie.
A great chance to see the very best laughs from the Palladium tonight at 7:15 on ITV.
Professional darts player Kathy McCulloch joins Jim Bowen after the break for today's session of Bullseye.
It's the Sun's second record-breaking week of great new Christmas giveaways.
The Sun's 12 days of Christmas.
Spot a page 3 girl to win £1,000.
Play Spot the Difference to win £5,000.
Win a romantic holiday in Portugal.
With me.
Win sensational skiing holidays. They're free.
The 12 days of Christmas in the sun.
Win 50 Christmas hampers. Win a whopping turkey. Winter Undyland. Win racy laces. Win Hamley's toys. Win Raleigh bikes. And win this fantastic festive Ford Fiesta.
It's the 12 days of Christmas in the sun.
It's going to be the happiest Christmas in the sun ever.
Old Spice, the classic masculine fragrance. The mark of a man.
So I can now reveal that the murderer is
It stopped. You didn't set the video properly.
That is not the football.
Perhaps I set the wrong channel.
Getting your video programming wrong can be most irritating. That's why Panasonic have developed this ingenious method. The digital scanner reads the channel, date, time, and duration, and then flashes the information into our slim, compact video. The picture will be pretty good and pretty easy to get right every time. The latest series of videos from Panasonic. We think we've thought of everything.
The
débutant se composait de 2 dames.
Ah non!
Déjà? Vite, une serviette!
La soupe! La soupe!
Mais dépêche-toi!
Enfin, c'est pourtant pas tombé de jour.
On s'est trompé d'heure.
Oh, c'est pas vrai, mais qu'est-ce qu'on va faire?
La chaussette! J'arrive!
Le pied d'or.
Les Français adorent le piador.
In this life, few things are ever quite what they seem, which is why it's nice to find something you can rely on. Nescafe. Made from some of the world's finest coffee beans, specially blended and roasted for that richer, smoother taste.
Nescafe, coffee at its best.
It's the coffee taste you can be sure of.
For a strong pills with a smooth taste, seek out the Lager of Lamont.
Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show all you lovers of the cathode ray how to make your very own copy of the IBA yearbook. First take a blank book like this, then stuff it full of photographs and features about all your favourite independent television stars and programmes, a little behind-the-scenes information, a dash of independent local radio, and voila. But in the best traditions of television, here's one I made earlier.
Television and Radio 1988, out now.
Top security. Dangerous. The edge of darkness where people get hurt.
They're back. The school teachers on the trail of mystery, intrigue, and all that jazz.
We have 4 lovely folk who want to play the game today. Let's meet them right now. We go straight in with the question, and this is it.
Who portrayed Winston Churchill in the film Young Winston?
Who was re-elected Chancellor of West Germany in 1987?
What K is a state in America?
Where was Shergar when he was kidnapped?
I have no idea.